Hey folks, I'm just going over a practice testnet trade I took on today's non-farm payroll. It's Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. Non-farm payroll for July is on Thursday because tomorrow is the 4th of July holiday, Independence Day. So it's a little bit different this week. Before I do that, just want to give a quick shout out to Thales, Snow, Flow, and Diojo for the rapid assist. They sunsetted an endpoint which is used in the SDK. I was trying to figure out what was going on. So shout out to them for helping with that. But anyway, non-farm payroll is one of those high impact news drivers which I usually tape read. I don't trade it, certainly not with live funds, because it can be unpredictable, it can move a whole lot, and it can really hurt you. I prefer, as you've probably figured, I like to get in following the 9:30 open. But with something like testnet being available on Ostium and it being identical to mainnet, I thought it was a great opportunity to make use of that and practice in an environment where things are moving fast, and it kind of forces you to be nimble, which is different from, I'm executing in a 15-minute time frame, which is slow moving. So this is different. And you can see here the setup is I'm targeting 136,712 with a partial at 136,182. I'm going to get in with a couple manual entries roundabout here, and my stop where the S is at 135,653. So let's fast forward to the news drop. And again, I'm going to be getting in with a couple manual entries prior to the news drop. So I'm positioned before. And if you're wondering what the price I'm comparing the main chart to at the bottom, that's Aussie dollar. My expectation is that it moves, as you can see, it moves inverse to dollar CAD. And this has to do with the intermarket relationship between Canadian dollar, Aussie dollar, gold, and oil. Not to get too much into it, but if they're not moving inverse, that's kind of a sign that things are not normal. Okay, so here's the news drop at 8:30. Fortunately, it goes in our favor, and I immediately am moving the stop above our entry, so risk is removed, and you see here that near partial target is tagged. So one of the two manual pyramid entries I took, that gets knocked off, leaving one on. And you see me continue to creep the stop up on what's left on. This is a technique I learned from Linda Raschke. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Linda Raschke, but she wrote about this in her book Street Smarts from way back in the mid-90s. And the idea behind it is if you're in a fast-moving environment and you get a move in your favor, there's a high likelihood of a whipsaw. So this is, of course, different to how I trade normally, letting it breathe and letting a position run for days, if not a week or two. But eventually this stop that I moved up, it gets hit, knocking me out of the trade, and you'll see it move up just a little higher before it cools off and starts to make a new low on the day heading into the 9:30 open. And that's my duration of this practice trade. I intended it to be from just pre-market, so up until the 9:30 open. I'm going to leave you with the rest of this position sped up so you can see how it pans out. I'm considering this to be the last week of Q2 and next week to be the start of the third quarter. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you hit some good trades. Although I hear late summer, a lot of money's on the sidelines, so it may be sluggish or maybe not. We'll find out. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a safe and fun holiday weekend. I'll catch you in the next one.